Hello everybody, this is Isaac. This is some Battlefield Bad Company gameplay, Attackers on Oasis. I think the end score is 19-3, 2 of those deaths come really fast at the end of the game. So it's a very good game in all, demonstrates some really cool aggressive playing and all that good jazz. You see that I actually spawned with a gun that's not the M16 by accident, so I'm a little bit shaky at my gunplay at first. I'm not used to this weapon. Haven't really used it much before. I just accidentally spawned with the wrong gun. This is the M4. But after that, I switched to some other kits. I think I ended up switching kits like 4 times in this or something. It's pretty interesting, a little streak here at the beginning. Man, I'm pumped up. I've been watching a lot of videos today, actually. Really did not do the work that I should have been doing, but watched a lot of good videos, watched a lot of StarCraft 2. I actually have StarCraft 2 as of now. I have a Battle.net account and all that jazz. I don't have a computer that can play StarCraft 2 though. I bought the game not knowing that my graphics card is actually not supported, which is very like me, but so I have played a little bit on my account. My name is Artisan, if you want to preemptively add me, although I don't log on or anything since I can't really play the game. Here you see me making really good use of the side of the map here. That's very important on Oasis, using the creek bed, and also using these buildings here, because there's no spawn points close to these buildings. So you can really just hang out in here and they'll never take you by surprise. But yeah, StarCraft 2 I really want to get playing. I don't know when I'll be able to get a new computer though. So primarily, if you see any videos of it, those will be from Bjorn. What I will be saying though is, man, Day 9 is a good caster. If you play StarCraft 2 and don't watch Day9's videos, then you are missing out. He is very interesting, very fun to listen to guy. And StarCraft 2 is actually part of what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about Modern Warfare 2, I wanted to talk about Black Ops, and I wanted to talk about StarCraft 2. I'm going to start with Black Ops, because that's the new news. Treyarch made Black Ops, of course. Treyarch's putting out lots of patches and stuff. It's great, I love community support. What I don't love is that Treyarch is kind of becoming the community's bitch. So it's a little strong, so let me try and back that up with some substantial evidence. Now the big problem with Modern Warfare 2, which is I think what Treyarch's trying to avoid here, I don't know why I switched to my C4 before getting into the car. I guess I was trying to kill a tank or something, but of course there wasn't even a tank there. This was a while ago that I actually played this, so I don't really remember my decision making. Although this flank that I'm running right now is a fantastic route. You can usually get the crate like I do. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2, one of the big problems was that it really was not supported very well. It really didn't patch it appropriately, they didn't patch it quickly enough. When they did patch it, they didn't really do the right patch. There was the Model 1887's problem, and then in response they just nerfed them horribly, made them unusable. Especially when you have other weapons which are arguably much more overpowered, like the ACR, which really didn't ever receive any sort of compensation. And, I mean, using ooh, team kill. He ran into the C4 room. Not my fault. Well, actually, yeah, it was, but sometimes that sort of stuff happens. And lost my train of thought. I believe I was talking about how Infinity Ward didn't really do the sort of patches that they needed to, and that really hurt the game. And even when everyone was complaining about certain things, Infinity Ward would much rather devote their energy to making map packs, which of course you have to pay for, money, rather than something that would actually help out the community, like doing something about noob tubes or something like that. So Treyarch is admirably trying to stop this, but the problem is that Treyarch is going way overboard with this. Now, I don't actually have Black Ops, so I am speaking a little in the blind here. I've seen a lot of Black Ops videos, though, and considering getting it. I don't really know that, because the problem is, as soon as someone gets killed by something that isn't standard, like, you know, if you just get gunned down, like those two guys that I just killed, I just clearly outplayed them. I mean, I literally did. I just had a better angle, didn't even see me, I spawn killed one of the guys. Their deaths were deserved. If I'd, like, fallen down amongst them and knife lunged 20 feet forward and killed them, they would have gotten pissed, because that's not the kind of death that you think you can avoid. So even though there are strategies you can use to avoid that sort of death, and that's how all of the great YouTube commentators become great YouTube commentators, That's a great line to look down, by the way. There are a lot of spawn points that you can view down this line. So I go ahead and clear it out when we're moving to the next base, because even though I don't plan on hanging around, any teammates that respawn there will easily get picked off by enemies that set up in our new base, their old base. But yeah, as soon as the community gets killed too many times by something that seems unfair, like the knife, or like kill streaks, or like noob tubes, then all the community immediately decides that's overpowered, that has to be patched. There's a really important difference here, which is the difference between overpowered and powerful. So to tie it back to StarCraft 2, roaches. Back in the beta, roaches were 1 supply and had inherent armor. That was overpowered. Now roaches are 2 supply and have no inherent armor. But when they buffed roach range in order to partially nerf Forge Fast Expanding, pretty much, a lot of people began saying that roaches were now overpowered, which is not true. Roaches are good, but they're not overpowered. I've seen a lot of replays of a Protoss that just goes like, I don't know, 1 Stargate Void Rays, and then the roach player just rolls over and dies very easily. And, I mean, getting roaches is good, but it also sets you back in a lot of ways. And focusing on the gameplay here, I'm playing a class that can't heal, and I don't have much health. So you'll really see me abusing elevation here as my friend. Both the objectives in this area, or at least the objective close by me, is on the ground level, and the objective far away, there aren't any buildings leading up there, you just have to run across the open. So most of the enemies are going to be staying on the low ground, which gives me the height advantage over them, and so on. But now, roaches are good, but they're not overpowered. They were overpowered, but now they've been nerfed. And that's a proper nerf. Reapers, I think, were improperly nerfed. I think maybe, I agree with making nitro packs. Here I actually do pick up a health kit, which is lucky, but you can't really rely on that. So, again, using non-healing classes, you have to play in a role that never gives you direct gunfights. And even with a healing class, you should try to. But if I was an assault, I'd be playing a little bit more aggressively into their spawn. But yeah, you really can't just look at something in a vacuum and declare it as being overpowered. And you can't look at something within a certain, like, one individual context and say it's overpowered. And the thing that's really bugging me about Black Ops is that they're nerfing kill streaks. They're making it so you spawn, and then you have a few seconds of delay before the red hexagon, it's not a hexagon, I think it's 4-sided, before the red diamond appears around you. So that means that players can't just spawn kill with the gunship. But the problem here is not the gunship, and Treyarch doesn't seem to be seeing that. The problem is the spawns. I mean, yes, they have been having a lot of trouble with the spawns, yes, they are patching that. But the problem is, if everyone's spawning in the same alley, then yes, the gunship player can just spam bullets down there. But this is not the right way to patch it, in my opinion. Because if you comparing again to Modern Warfare 2, just because a lot of my subs are gamers, I'm going to assume that a lot of them have played Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, or are currently playing Black Ops. I don't see why anyone would still be playing Modern Warfare. This building is a great building for this base, by the way. I love coming up here with an LMG. Although my accuracy here, it leaves much to be desired, but, you know, you do what you can. So, if you look at Modern Warfare 2, where kill streaks, in my opinion, were overpowered, they weren't just good, I mean, they were really good, they were over good. It really encouraged camping. That's what a lot of people say was one of the big problems with Modern Warfare 2, is that as soon as you got that high kill streak, it was worth sitting in a corner for it, because then you could get 40 kills and win the game. But what is really the problem here is not the kill streak, and that's what Treyarch is trying to patch. So if you examine the differences between the two games, so if you look at Black Ops compared to Modern Warfare 2, in Black Ops, secondaries are nerfed. Secondaries are nerfed really hard. If you compare the Spaz to one of the pistols in Black Ops, it's just not even a comparison at all. There I get killed by a tank, which is kind of unfortunate, but it happens. And the only reason anyone on my team is ahead of me is A, because he's a beast, and B, because he was in the chopper, and the chopper always gets 1 billion points. I can't fly that thing worth a crap. But anyway. Yeah, so they nerfed secondaries really, really hard. And by nerfing secondaries, you automatically improve the launchers. It becomes a better option to run a launcher because running the SPAS 12 is just not an option. You know, without shotgun secondaries, without, you know, the Raffica, you could use it as a primary and do perfectly well. So they nerfed secondaries, which in turn improved the rockets, and they also buffed, whatever you want to call it, Cold-Blooded Ghost. Not by actually making the ability any better, but just by taking out the fact that, because in Modern Warfare 2, you know, if you wanted to run Cold-Blooded, you could not run Stopping Power. So by making it a blue perk, and also by, of course, just taking out Stopping Power, I thought this guy was an enemy, so I thought I'd get a sweet jump around on him, but it's just a team guy. By taking out that element, again, Treyarch has made the prospect of shooting down air support easier. You know, fighting effectively against air support is just much, much easier now. So I would say that with Ghost Pro, with nerf secondaries, kill streaks are balanced, especially since they don't build. You know, if someone gets 11 kills with their gun consecutively, they deserve to go to town. You know, that's the whole point of a kill streak, is it's a big reward, and if you can hold that good KD throughout the game, you can keep picking up good rewards for your team. Here I get too aggressive, and that's where both my next 2 deaths come from. They're in pretty fast succession. Once again, though, I try and use elevation. Problem is that no one's picked off this guy that you may have seen up on top before, and he gets me pretty easily. Should have just knifed me. Don't know why he was noob tubing. Although that's just a testament to how bad noob tubes are in this game. He literally shot me in the head with his noob tube, and I still managed to get some shots in him before he finished me with his gun. So I don't really agree with Treyarch's decision to continue nerfing killstreak, because the problem is there are just bad players. You know, for the average KD to be approximately 1, I say approximately because you have to account for suicides throwing the ratio off, but for the KD to be approximately 1, and for you to have players that have KDs of 3 or 4, you have to have players that have KDs of far less than 1. Those are the bad players. They deserve to do poorly because they're bad players. There's a difference between making a game balanced and making a game approachable. You should go for balanced, in my opinion, not approachable, because if someone is looking to play the game competitively, they are looking to do well based on their skill. They're not looking to die based on someone else's not skill, whatever you want to call it. Someone else who isn't skilled doing well. So I guess in summary, I think that Treyarch is being a little overzealous with their patching. I hope they kind of scale it back. And I do like how Blizzard's patching StarCraft 2. I think that Blizzard's doing a pretty good job of that. So I can't actually really fuss with a lot of their decisions. I think some of them are a little overboard, but I'm okay with cheese being nerfed, as long as legitimate... Oh god, look at that. Maybe I shouldn't upload a game where Vampire and Werewolf both do significantly better than me. Although my ratio's higher, so I guess that works out okay. And, well, Fat Guy Big Guns actually put in some work too. Good score per minute. Guess the video is over, so thanks for watching. See you guys next time.